Ever walk into a room and wonder if anyone still notices you? As we age, it's easy to assume our best years are behind us. But what if that's not true? What if you're actually more attractive now than you were in your 20s, and just haven't realized it yet? In this video, we'll reveal 8 surprising signs that prove you're still turning heads, even if no one said it out loud. These aren't your typical compliments. They're subtle, powerful cues that show you've got a timeless appeal. Stick around, because once you recognize these signs, you'll never look at yourself the same way again. Younger women gravitate toward you. One of the clearest and most surprising signs that you're still highly attractive is how younger women naturally feel at ease around you. You might not notice it at first. Maybe it's the way they strike up small talk at the gym, ask your opinion at a coffee shop, or choose to sit near you in a social setting. These moments might seem casual, even coincidental, but they often signal something deeper. Younger women are incredibly intuitive when it comes to energy. They're not necessarily drawn to loud personalities or flashy appearances. Instead, they respond to presence. And if you're the type of man who carries himself with quiet confidence, emotional steadiness, and a sense of inner calm, they're likely noticing, whether they show it directly or not. What sets you apart isn't about trying to impress. It's that you don't try too hard. You're not chasing approval. You're not overcompensating. And that's exactly why they feel comfortable talking to you. It creates an unspoken sense of emotional safety. Younger women, especially, often seek maturity, strength, and a stable vibe, something many men their own age haven't yet developed. It's also about how you listen. If you give your full attention, offer thoughtful responses, and carry a conversation without dominating it, it sets you apart instantly. This calm, grounded energy is magnetic. It doesn't shout, it draws people in quietly. And it's not just about what you do, it's how they behave around you. Do they linger a little longer in conversation? Laugh more freely when you're around? Ask for your advice or seem genuinely curious about your opinions? These are subtle indicators that your presence is both engaging and attractive. Remember, comfort leads to connection. When younger women choose to spend time near you, confide in you, or engage in light banter, it often goes beyond friendliness. It's a response to how you make them feel. Respected, heard, at ease. So the next time a younger woman casually chats with you, seems relaxed in your presence, or finds a reason to stay in the conversation just a little longer, don't brush it off. You're not just easy to talk to. You're drawing them in with something far more valuable than looks, a sense of grounded masculinity they can feel without you saying a word. Lingering looks say more than words. Sometimes, attraction isn't spoken, it's seen. And one of the most telling signs that you're still turning heads is when women, especially younger ones, give you that unmistakable lingering look. It's subtle. It's silent. But it speaks volumes. You've probably experienced it without giving it much thought. You're standing in line at a cafe, walking into a room, or simply going about your day, and you catch someone looking. Not just a glance. Not just a polite acknowledgement. It's longer, slower, curious. And as soon as your eyes meet, they quickly look away, as if caught doing something they didn't intend to. That pause, that hesitation, that's the giveaway. These lingering looks are instinctive. Women often won't walk up and say, "You're attractive," but their body language does the talking for them. When a woman's gaze rests on you longer than normal, it's usually not by accident. It means something about your presence has caught her attention. Maybe it's your confidence, the way you carry yourself, your style, or even your energy. Whatever it is, she noticed, and held that moment just a second longer than she had to. Context matters too. If it happens while you're mid-workout, that look might reflect admiration for your dedication and strength. If it happens when you're simply sitting, relaxed and present, it might reflect your calm, composed demeanor. These looks are often triggered by subtle, non-verbal qualities that younger men often haven't developed yet. Stillness, confidence, and a quiet kind of self-possession. And here's the important part. When someone lingers with their eyes, it's usually because they're trying to process how they feel. It's not always about bold desire. Sometimes it's curiosity. Sometimes it's admiration. But all of it points to one thing: you've left an impression. So if you find women holding your gaze just a little longer than usual, take note. It doesn't mean you should react dramatically or assume anything, but it is a clear signal that your appeal runs deeper than you might realize. A lingering look is often the most honest compliment you'll ever get. No words. No filters. Just unspoken attraction in its purest form. And the truth is, when it keeps happening, it's not a coincidence. Compliments on your style and grooming. A man's style speaks before he ever says a word. And when people, especially women, go out of their way to compliment your clothes, your grooming, or even how you smell, it's not just small talk. It's a clear sign that your appearance is making an impression, and a strong one. As men age, their looks evolve. Youthful charm fades, but something more powerful often takes its place: refinement. If you've developed a personal style that reflects who you are, and you take the time to present yourself well, that effort doesn't go unnoticed. Women, in particular, pick up on the little things. A tailored blazer, a clean pair of shoes, a signature cologne, they all send messages about confidence, attention to detail, and self-respect. You don't have to follow trends or wear flashy designer labels. In fact, timeless style is usually what stands out the most. Whether you lean into classic sophistication or a clean, casual look that suits your lifestyle, the way you dress says a lot about how you see yourself and how much pride you take in your presence. And then there's grooming. A sharp haircut, a well-kept beard, or simply smelling fresh can elevate your appeal far beyond what you might expect. When someone compliments how you look, it's not just about aesthetics, it's about the feeling your appearance creates. You seem put together, grounded, intentional. This level of polish becomes even more impactful with age because it contrasts sharply with the "I stopped trying" look that some men fall into. You, on the other hand, signal effort, but without trying too hard. That balance is rare, and that's exactly why it stands out. Even subtle compliments like, "That color looks good on you," or "You always look sharp," are windows into how others perceive you. And when women say things like, "You always smell amazing," that's more than a casual remark, it's a sensory memory they're associating with you. So the next time someone mentions your jacket, your scent, or your style, don't brush it off. It's a clear indicator that your presentation is leaving a lasting impression. It means you're not just attractive, you're memorable. And that's something no age can take away. People ask for advice or guidance. One of the most overlooked, but powerful signs that you're an attractive older man is how often people seek your advice or guidance. At first glance, this might seem like a compliment to your wisdom or life experience, and it absolutely is. But dig deeper, and you'll see that it also reveals something even more meaningful: trust, respect, and personal magnetism. When people, especially younger women, turn to you for insight, it shows they see you as someone who's grounded and reliable. You're not just another face in the crowd, you represent stability. In a world full of surface-level charm and fleeting attention, your calm, thoughtful presence stands out. Women in particular are highly attuned to emotional energy. They're drawn to men who offer more than just good looks. When you speak with clarity and patience, when you listen without judgment and respond with depth, it creates a sense of emotional safety. And that's one of the most attractive things a man can offer. Think about it. If someone asks for your thoughts on a tough situation, seeks your opinion in a group conversation, or looks to you for life advice, it means they feel a level of trust. And that trust is often built on how you carry yourself, your demeanor, your tone, your presence. These aren't random moments. They're signals that you give off an energy people want to be around. What makes this so attractive is that it goes beyond superficial qualities. It's about emotional intelligence, about how you've learned to read situations, offer calm in chaos, and bring perspective instead of pressure. That's rare. And that rarity is part of your quiet appeal. Younger men may have enthusiasm, but they often lack the depth and steadiness that comes with experience. You've lived. You've learned. And that shows in how you speak, how you handle challenges, and how you treat others. It's not arrogance, it's presence. So if you often find yourself giving advice, being asked for help, or simply being the person others confide in, recognize that for what it is. You're not just respected, you're magnetic. And that level of emotional gravity, it's one of the most powerful and quietly attractive qualities a man can have. You radiate a relaxed confidence. Confidence is attractive, but relaxed confidence? That's something else entirely. And if you've reached a point in life where you feel no need to prove yourself, chase approval, or compete for attention, you're radiating one of the most magnetic qualities an older man can possess. Unlike younger men who often try to project confidence through loud behavior, flashy status symbols, or constant one-upmanship, your confidence speaks in a quieter, more powerful way. You don't need to dominate a room. You own it just by being present. The way you stand, the calm in your voice, your steady eye contact, it all sends a message: I know who I am. This kind of confidence is born from experience. You've weathered storms, learned lessons, and stopped wasting energy trying to be someone you're not. That authenticity is something people feel instantly. It puts others at ease because you're not performing or pretending. You're just comfortable in your own skin, and that kind of self-assurance is incredibly attractive, especially to women who are tired of games and ego. You don't need to brag about your achievements. You let your demeanor do the talking. Your presence says, I've seen enough to know what matters, and I don't need to prove it to anyone. That emotional steadiness makes people feel safe around you. It also sets you apart in a world where so many are chasing validation. Women notice this. It's not about having perfect answers or being the loudest in the room. It's about how you make others feel. Do they feel seen, heard, calm in your presence? That's the real magic. And that's why relaxed confidence is so powerful. It's not showy, but it sticks with people. You may not realize how deeply this resonates with others, because it feels natural to you. But that's the beauty of it. You're not trying. You're just being. And when that being is rooted in strength, maturity, and emotional balance, it draws people in without effort. So if you walk into a room, say little, and still seem to hold people's attention, know that it's not luck. It's the kind of attraction that comes from being unshakably comfortable with who you are. That's not just confidence. That's power. Women laugh at your jokes. Laughter is one of the most honest forms of connection, and if women often laugh at your jokes, even the cheesy or unexpected ones, it's a subtle but powerful sign of attraction. It's not just about being funny. It's about how your humor makes them feel when they're around you. Humor, especially from an older man, carries a different kind of weight. It's not forced. It's not about showing off. It's playful, relaxed, and often layered with experience. When you crack a joke and a woman genuinely laughs, not just politely, but with real warmth, it's more than a reaction. It's a reflection of the comfort and trust she feels in your presence. And here's the truth: people don't laugh when they're tense. They laugh when they feel safe. When a woman laughs around you, it shows she's open, relaxed, and enjoying herself, and more importantly, enjoying you. That's no small thing. It means your presence makes her drop her guard. Even if your jokes lean toward the dad side of the spectrum, dry one-liners, cheesy puns, or those classic playful teases, it's the delivery that matters. You're not trying to impress. You're just being yourself. That authenticity, combined with light-hearted humor, is incredibly appealing because it signals emotional maturity. You're not afraid to be a little silly. You're not overly concerned with being cool. And that kind of self-assured playfulness is rare. It shows you've reached a point in life where you can enjoy the moment without overthinking it. And women respond to that. What's even more telling is how they laugh. If she leans in when you speak, smiles before the punchline, or laughs a little louder than the joke calls for, that's a clue. She's not just reacting to what you said, she's reacting to you. She's invested in the connection you're creating. Laughter also builds momentum. The more she enjoys your company, the more she opens up. And once that rapport is built, it often deepens into something more meaningful than just conversation. So the next time a woman laughs at your joke, even the corny ones, don't second-guess it. That laughter is a green light. It's a signal that she's drawn to your energy, your presence, and your personality. And in the world of attraction, there's nothing more genuine than that. Subtle flirting and body language cues. Attraction doesn't always come with a bold move or obvious words. In fact, some of the clearest signs that a woman is interested in you, especially as an older man, are the subtle, almost unnoticeable gestures hidden in her body language. These quiet cues may not seem like much on the surface, but together they tell a powerful story. Start with the hair. If she's twirling a strand, brushing it behind her ear, or adjusting it frequently while talking to you, she's not just fixing her look. These unconscious movements often happen when she's nervous, excited, or trying to draw attention to herself. It's a classic sign of flirtation, soft, feminine, and rooted in instinct. Then there's mirroring. If you lean back and she follows, or if you cross your arms and a few moments later she does the same, that's not coincidence. Mirroring is something we do naturally when we feel connected to someone. It's a subconscious attempt to sync up, to reflect comfort and similarity. And when that starts happening, there's a real emotional rhythm forming between you. Another powerful signal is proximity. Does she find reasons to stand or sit a little closer than necessary? Maybe her hand accidentally brushes yours, or she leans in during a laugh. These moments often seem casual, but they're not random. They're a way of testing boundaries, seeing how close she can get and how you'll respond. Even her eye contact tells you something. A quick glance might mean nothing, but prolonged eye contact, especially when combined with a smile or a playful expression, is something else entirely. If her eyes lock with yours, linger just a second too long, and then dart away, that's interest. Plain and simple. And don't overlook how engaged she is. If she listens closely, laughs easily, and responds with genuine curiosity to your stories, even the simple ones, she's not just being polite. She's signaling that she's enjoying your company, and likely hoping you'll take notice. These cues are quiet. They won't always shout for your attention. But if you're observant, they're easy to spot. And once you start recognizing them, you'll realize something important. Women are paying attention to you. They're drawn to your presence, your calm energy, and the way you carry yourself. They're not just being friendly. They're flirting, softly, subtly, and deliberately. If you recognized even one of these signs in your life, chances are you're more attractive than you think. Confidence, presence, and authenticity don't fade with age, they sharpen. So own it. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button, give it a like, and drop a comment below. Your support helps us keep sharing content that empowers you.